Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and this is the MasterCraft Pro for 2020. Glad to have you on board. We heard from Wade right from the jump. We also heard from Jerry right after our pre-recorded pre-show. And now we're going to give you the Open Men starting list, starting with Andrew Bergman. From Canada, taking to the water first. Then we got Garrett Reese, then Frederico Jaramillo, then Landon Giles. We've got Blaze Grubbs, Zane Nicholson, Sean Hunter, Chris Parrish, Jamie Calhoun, Cole McCormick, Adam Saddlemyer, Corey Vaughn. We'll scroll down to our next set of skiers, but those are the opening 12. From ski 13 onwards, we should find Benjamin Stadlbauer. Then we got Jonathan Travers, Dane Meckler, Nate Smith, Thomas de Gasperi, Stephen Neveu, and rounding off our first round with two British skiers, Will Asher and Frederick Winter. So that's the men's slalom that will take place, and some of you are probably wondering about the format. Well, the format for the event, and we'll get to that in a moment after we've seen the insides of that boat there. Chris Eller is at the helm of that MasterCraft Pro Star towboat. This boat is equipped with the 6.0 liter engine. It's the standard engine capacity for the MasterCraft Pro Star. You can order an optional 6.2 liter engine that's definitely beefier for the high level jumping competitors, or whether you just want that little bit of power that you need on a short lake setup with a more rapid hole shot out of the gate, so to speak. But Chris Eller, who does quite a bit of R&D work for MasterCraft, so a man who is well used to piloting that piece of hardware as we get ready for the MasterCraft Pro. Our first competitor about to hit the water. A handle has been thrown towards the dock, and catching it is our first competitor, Andrew Bergman. All right, there we go. Our first look at Andrew Bergman. Our first look, actually, of him all season in a pro tournament setting. Haven't seen him in any of the other competitions being brought to you by TWBC at this point, so this is going to be a first for some of you. Here comes Andrew Bergman coming in on the 13-meter line. This is 32 off for those of you that are more in tune with feet and inches rather than the metric system. And there we go. Nicely done. 13 meters right off the gut.
Just for some of you, here comes Andrew Bergman.
Good solid pull out for the entrance gates now. It's going to be a tailwind on the opening pass. And obviously the odd-numbered passes to come after that. So it's going to be a bit of a stiff head breeze on pass number 2, which is going to help him out some on 12 meters. And for those of you wondering what the minimum starting line length, you're looking at it. It's 13 meters. A little bit jumpy on the edge change there, but still managing to roll through this pass. Don't forget, this is but the first of 2 rounds of preliminary round slalom skiing. The second round of slalom skiing takes place tomorrow morning. And after that point, we'll be able to tell who the top 6 are, who will be progressing through to the next round of the competition. Garrett Reese on the starting dock there, just getting warmed up and just getting prepared for what's about to take place. But on the water at the moment, on 12 meters, this is Andrew Bergman. Little bit down course, but able to pull long here because of the head breeze blowing in off Interstate 4. And there we go. Oh, not a bad-looking run there. Well in control there from start to finish. That is Andrew Bergman on 12 meters. A little bit rough on the gate pullout. Actually looked as if he pulled out a little bit late, which in itself probably isn't too unusual considering that he's skiing into a bit of a head breeze, but it didn't look all that smooth, and it wasn't until we got past number 2 that things started to smooth themselves out for Andrew Bergman. Certainly like what he's doing out there, and I'm sure you guys and girls watching are checking in as well. And for those of you who got a little bit of time on your hands, why not go to waterskibroadcasting.com, waterskibroadcasting.com, where you'll find the running order, where you'll find a link to live scoring, and also opportunities for you to take part in the audience prize competition, as well as voting for Skier of the Day. So, powered by the MasterCraft ProStar 6.0 liter towboat. This is the 2021 edition of that towboat. A towboat which had its beginnings all the way back in the mid-1970s. Ooh, and that was 11.25 meters for Andrew Bergman, and going down hard. So it looks like it is going to be a 1 1/2 buoy score for him. So he's got a lot of work, a lot of catching up to do for tomorrow morning. This is a tailwind pass, by the way, trying his best to keep the line tight going into his one-handed gate shot. Good extension on buoy number 1, but just got a little bit pulled up off that turn. Tried to put some weight on the front of it, but too much, too late, and down he went. So 1 1/2 at 11.25 meters, or 1 1/2 buoys at 38 off, for those of you that rely more upon the feet and inches parlance. So there we go, ski and fin popped out. At that point, it was a case of goodbye, Mr. Bond. All right, then. As the boat makes its way back to the dock, where we've got Garrett Reese. And just a reminder, once again, predict the podium positions and win yourself a ski. Yes, you can, if you accurately predict the men's scores and accurately predict the winning score in the men's competition, you could win yourself a D3 slalom ski of your choice. Any size, any choice of ski from the D3 range, whether it's the NRG
We'll come back to that.
or the other skis in the D3 line. Completely your choice if you win that competition, the position predictor competition, the audience prize competition at waterskibroadcasting.com. That is waterskibroadcasting.com. So, Garrett Reese is our next competitor to take to the water. Okay, just been informed that we have a rather late scratch, at least for this first round, or might even be for both rounds. Garrett Reese is not skiing. However, and I should have probably twigged on this a little bit before, but the skier about to take to the water is the current Junior World Slalom record holder, Federico Jaramillo, coming to us out of Colombia. Actually slaloming into 41 off, or 10.25 meters in recent times, to set what I believe to be a world junior slalom record. And it wasn't too long ago where junior world records, or even under 21 world records, could only be set at the world championships themselves, but recent rule changes have made it possible for skiers, provided that they're eligible for those youth divisions, to set world records at any record-capable event. And also, partially because of that recent ruling, that in recent times there has been the possibility for world trick records to be broken. I believe about a week or so ago, a pending world under 21 tricks world record was set here, courtesy of Pato Font, with 12,220 points, if my memory serves me correctly. And there's your opportunity once again to go vote for your skier of the day. Waterskibroadcasting.com, that is waterskibroadcasting.com. Find out all the information about this event and also vote for skier of the day and also for the audience prize where you could win yourself a slalom ski. All right, here comes Federico Jaramillo from Colombia. Like what he's doing out there. A little bit delayed off buoy number 3. This is the 12-meter line. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely destroys that pass. No worries there for him as he proceeds right along to the next pass of 11.25 meters, needing more than 1.5 to take the lead. So skiing behind that beautiful MasterCraft Pro Star for 2021. That's the new model that was recently released, and it's now the version that will be pulling all record capability events from here on out that MasterCraft is involved in. So to the dock, and Wade, who do you have?
Hey, thanks, Tony. Wade Cox here, down in the starting dock. You sort of getting my view here of a light tailwind. Skiers starting at 32 off, so put their 4th pass, if they choose not to opt up, back into a headwind. So should lead to some really big scores, Tony.
All right, thanks a lot, Wade, and we'll continue to move right along here. Like his style out there. This is Federico Jaramillo. This is 11.25 meters. He's making it look like 30 meters, his opening pass. That's 38 off in the bag. Our first competitor out to run that particular pass. But trust me, he will not be the last. Federico Jaramillo. And just really working his lower back and trying to get that forwards and in good alignment so that by the time he gets to the boat, he's in a good stacked and solid position in order to get that ski out nice and wide. Just absolutely solid as a rock out there. Letting the ski do what it's designed to do, and that is to naturally turn whenever you put it on an extreme edge. And there you go. Whoomph, there it is. It's a 6 buoy count at 11.25 meters.
No worries. You guys got it. That's your own deal going. Wet bibs, yeah, showing up.
Now, for those of you that are along the shoreline that are watching this event,
He thought he was first.
I thought I was first off the dock, dude.
You've got cell
I got
phones.
pleasantly surprised. What do you want, Landon?
You can actually watch some of the instant replays and all of that kind of stuff by going to waterskibroadcasting.com. That's waterskibroadcasting.com. You'll find the live webcast right there. There's Zane Nicholson on dockside. There, right behind our dock starter is Landon Giles, and he is looking out the lake to see what Federico Jaramillo can conjure up with 10.75 meters or 39.5 off. A little bit of a delay off number 1, but he is working into a stiff head breeze. As long as he pulls long, he's in with a shot, and unfortunately unable to get more than halfway down the course. So 3 at 39, 3 at 10.75 meters for Federico Jaramillo. Yeah, just got a little bit of a delay, and don't forget, 39.5 off. You can't make too many errors on this particular pass and give yourself the best chance of running, and just got a little bit of a slide down course on number 3, and that is over by the shouting there for Federico Jaramillo. As we take a look one more time at the instant replay. Decent gate shot, getting his lower back forwards, but maybe not getting too much angle off that ski to give himself a good tight line and good spacing around buoy number 1 in order to continue on with this run. So Federico Jaramillo will be skied back to the dock and left the way clear for our next competitor from the United States. Landon Giles, let's have a look, 653 pounds, 3.6 to 1, his pull to weight ratio, and don't forget the skier that records the best pull actually gets themselves $500 plus a prize courtesy of Radar Skis. There it is, there's the bonus that some of our skiers that will be eyeing up. Landon Giles, opening pass, 13 meters, no problem there for him. So yes, using more of his knee bend to gain a direction and keep the ski on edge. And just look at him go. Just keeping some back arm pressure, keeping his second hand on the handle well into the edge change. A lot of skiers, especially in the early stages of slalom, feel that it's necessary to come off the second wake and just go straight into their one-handed reach. And Wade is along dockside, and I wonder if he has anyone to talk to. We'll find out in a little bit. So, but as I was alluding to, a lot of skiers are going to their one-handed reach way too early. So the remedy for that is to keep that second hand on and just put a little bit more back arm pressure to allow that ski to kind of scoop underneath the body mass, and then once you've extended enough with two hands, you can easily transfer onto one. You're going to see that a lot more clearly on 12 meters, but look at that, a great number one. Just being very cautious here, trying not to get caught out by the headwind. The headwind will help you, but only if you're as far as you're able to pull. And Wade, who do you have dockside there?
Hey, Tony, on the dock here with Miss Allie Nicholson, junior world champ, collegiate champ. So a bit of a role reversal we're just talking about. Big brother and the men are going out before the women. Coach Allie just hanging on here.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm used to, getting here early and getting ready to ski, so I'm awake and ready to go. Hopefully Zane is too. So we tried to wake up this morning and get him ready to ski.
So, Allie, have you skied here before?
I have, but it's been a while. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to today.
Good stuff. Big brother Zane coming up next. Back to you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Wade, and thank you very much, Allie Nicholson, who has ventured down here all the way from Escambia County in the Panhandle of Florida, where she works as a nurse, a recently qualified nurse. We'll get to her in a few minutes. Well, I wouldn't say a few minutes, but it's going to be a while before we go into the women's slalom first round, but you kind of get where I'm going with that. All right then, Landon Giles, this is 11.25 meters. The wind is going to be at his back, which means he has got to make sure that his edge change is clean and proper, and making sure that ski doesn't release too soon towards the boat. He's staying calm and just managing to get round all 6 buoys there. So Landon Giles with a 6 buoy count at 11.25 meters, and now has a genuine shot of taking the lead away from Federico Jaramillo. But yeah, that back arm pressure, very, very important skill to have, especially when you're trying to run short line with a tailwind. Taking a little bit of a tug there on buoy number 2. Getting into all sorts of trouble here on 11.25 meters, but thankfully he has enough space and he has enough grit and determination to get that ski round all 6 buoys to make the pass. Just about making it round number 6. No need for an S-turn there to keep the line tight. And dockside, we have got Zane Nicholson. Yeah. All right then, Chris Adder at the helm of that MasterCraft towboat for 2021, which we sincerely hope is going to be a lot more of an active season compared to 2020. I think a lot of people are just getting ready to be shot of this year, but not quite yet. We still got this pro tournament here, right here at Lake Gru, the home of ski fluid and action water sports. Oh, and there we go. That was Landon Giles getting round as far as buoy number 3 at 10.75 meters, but not enough of it to put him in a tie for the lead with Federico Jaramillo. It is 2.5. Certainly from this vantage point. Good extension, getting the ski round. He is a right foot forward skier, so 2 shouldn't have been that much of a problem. Tried to bring the handle in and just not enough tension on that line, not enough balance on his offside, and 2.5 is all that is going to come his way. Yeah, and a little bit of a fin release going into buoy number 3, as a matter of fact. So that probably didn't help him out too much. As we get ready for the man, the myth, the legend, it is Zane Nicholson. Zane Nicholson, who comes to us from Gallatin in Tennessee. Here he comes, opening past 13 meters. So, nicely done. And Wade, who do you have, sir?
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Tony. Here with the tower, Chris Parrish. Hey, man, been kind of fun. We had a whole bunch of events this fall, sort of wrapping it up for your year.
Yeah, it's been great. All kind of like you're saying, back to back to back. And yeah, here we are, Action MasterCraft Pro event, Polk County style.
Hey, so I skied against you at this event back in the day. I think it was 06.
Yeah.
We did the qualifier here, and it was same cut to 6, so it's going to be big scores, right?
Oh, 100%. I took a practice ride yesterday, and Eller and the new MasterCraft just felt unbelievable. The water's cooled down some. Yeah, you're going to have some big scores this week.
There you go. Sweet boat, sweet lake. Back to you, Tony.
And thank you very much, Wade. And Chris Parrish, always a hoot to have a conversation with on the starting dock. Those of you that tuned in early enough to see the pre-recorded segment will know exactly what I mean. As we get ready for Zane Nicholson to come back into the course on 12 meters. He ran the opening pass of a 13. So we're here at Lake Gru, the home of ski fluid, which is a purpose-built tournament ski lake with world record-breaking capabilities. Is the current home of the women's world jump record and the former home of the men's world jump record, men's and women's trick record, and the women's overall record. So suffice to say that this site definitely has the chops when it comes to producing some high echelon scores and records. All right, here we go. Zane Nicholson on 12 meters. So there we go. That is Zane Nicholson. All right, back with Zane Nicholson, taking a look at the instant replay. 12 meters shouldn't be any kind of concern for him with this particular run, especially considering the fact that he was working into a fairly stiff head breeze. And you know, it is a stiff head breeze coming in off the interstate, but the water conditions don't seem to really reflect that too much. Still. Not too much bouncing into the pre-turn, and as you can see, round buoy number 5 on this instant replay, well in control, well on track, and there you go. Fantastic effort there from Zane Nicholson. All right, what does he have coming up next? Well, I'll tell you exactly what he has coming up next. It's 11.25 meters on 38 off. For those of you that rely upon the old school parlance. Here we go, 11.25. Little bit of a fin break coming into buoy number 1, but he's back on track on 11.25 meters. Don't ever count him out, especially, whoa, and he just gotten into a bit of a situation there on number 4. So as he swims into shore, we're going to take a look at this again and see where things started to go pear-shaped for him. And I alluded to the fact that the fin kind of broke a little bit into number 1, and there it was, very, very subtle, but enough to send a quick shiver up the spine of Zane Nicholson to tell him things aren't altogether well here. He got round at buoy number 4, but then he got on the back of the ski, tried to get back into the game and throw everything but the kitchen sink into number 5. And unfortunately, it's going to end up as being 4 1/2 buoys at 38 off. And so far as where he is on the leaderboard right now, that currently puts him in 3rd place. All right, then. So we're going to continue on with our next competitor, Sean Patrick Hunter, right after this at the 2020 MasterCraft Pro. All right, back on dockside, and we've got a D3 team skier, as a matter of fact, about to take to the water, and that is Sean Hunter, coming to us originally out of Dothan in Alabama, and currently a student at the University of Alabama. Roll Tide, as they say.
Okay, fair enough. Even if it's, I don't want to go personally. I have an obligation. I signed a contract. Right. You know, maybe.
So, with Chris Eller at the wheel, and our crew in the boat getting ready to bring in Sean Hunter. He's been skiing pretty well this season. Has been putting some decent scores up there, and been making some cuts through to the next round of the last few pro tournaments. But here we go, Sean Patrick Hunter. Entrance round buoy number 1, and you can definitely see that he has a style like no other. Very, very still, not too much in the way of corrective body movement round each turn, but he doesn't need to, because he's done the majority of the work to get to each side just by having some great technique and having a great relationship between his body and the slalom ski. So, good extension there into number 2. He is a lefty, which means his gate shot, which mean, well, actually not his gate shot, his number 1, 3, and 5, he tends to favor with a slightly harder turn if push comes to shove. But at 30 meters, it's not quite the time yet for him to hit the panic button. Typically for Sean Hunter, that doesn't come around until about maybe 10.75 meters or 10.25 meters. So here we go. We're going to have Sean Patrick Hunter just make his way into the course. Just a reminder to you good folks out there that you can go to waterskibroadcasting.com, waterskibroadcasting.com to find out more about the event. And if you want to grab the official apparel of this event, you can go to apparel.mastercraft.com. All right then, here we go. This is Sean Hunter, looking in good shape around the first couple of buoys, and this is 12 meters. Getting a little out of sorts off his 135. It looks like he was probably powering up a little too soon before the line is fully tightened on him. Sean Patrick Hunter, is he one of your podium predictions? If so, why not enter the competition at waterskibroadcasting.com and select your top 3 in the men's and women's slalom competition? And if you predict correctly and have the top score in each of those events, you could bag yourself a slalom ski. And you can also vote for Skier of the Day by going to waterskibroadcasting.com as well. So, it's all go here, folks. I tell you what, there we go. The remaining portion of our starting list will feature Chris Parrish. He goes out number 8. Then you see Jamie Calhoun, Carl McCormick, Adam Stadlbauer, Corey Vaughn, Benjamin Stadlbauer, Jonathan Travers, Dane Meckler, Nate Smith, Thomas de Gasperi, Stephen Neveu, Will Asher, and there's one more after that, and that is none other than Frederick Winter. So those are the skiers to come, folks. Here comes Sean Hunter. Nicely done off number 1. This is 11.25 meters. Aerial edge change into buoy number 3, but he manages to use that to good effect. Now, there are very few skiers out there that can employ the aerial edge change and get that ski tracking well enough to make a good play on the buoy. Here you're going to see that a little bit with the instant replay as he goes through the entrance gates, and there it was into buoy number 1. So looking in good shape with those aerial edge changes into 135, and you take, there you go, and using that space between the ski and the water allows him to be more efficient in flipping that ski from one side to the other. And Wade Cox, who have you got around about the dock side? Well, looks like we got Chris Parrish there. But what I can tell you is that Wade Cox's interview is brought to you by Ski with Wade. SkiWithWade.com. You can check that out and find out his latest clinics and instructional opportunities. So SkiWithWade.com, SkiWithWade.com, and you can also find him on Instagram as well. All right, here we go. This is Sean Hunter, and this is 10.75 meters. No one has cleared this pass yet. Out of the few skiers that we've had so far, we've had 4 up to this point. Whoa, Sean Hunter getting in all kinds of trouble. And round number 5 and round number 6, our first person to go through 39.5 off in this competition is Sean Hunter. So Sean Hunter riding that D3 Ion slalom ski, a ski that you could win if you correctly predict the podiums for the men's slalom event. You go to waterskibroadcasting.com to enter that audience prize competition, and you too could be riding on exactly the same ski that Sean Hunter is riding right now. All right, dockside, Chris Parrish.
Wait, do I just realize the combo here, dude?
Oh, yeah,
There we go. He's got his bib on. He's got the USA
cool.
gloves. Stars and stripes,
That's
baby.
Cool, man.
I think after this pass,
All right. There is Chris Parrish on the dock, and on the water is Sean Hunter approaching the course. 10.25 meters, 41 off. Round one. Oh, look at that. Round buoy number one, a little loose into number two. S turns, gets to the wake. He gets two, and and he does take the lead with that particular score. Whether it will be the lead by the time we get to about halfway down the field, we won't know for certain until we actually get to that point. But there's the aerial edge change into buoy number one. A little bit of slack towards the end of the turn. That cost him some distance. Yeah, he got round the buoy and he made the S turn, which tightened up, which is designed to tighten up the line in time for that ski to make it ahead of the boat guides. And in my estimation, he did exactly that with a two buoy count at 41 off. That is Sean Hunter. Who do you have on the dockside there,
Hey, Wade
Wade?
Cox on the dock here again with Tomas de Gasperi, world champ, Masters champ, Movement champ, looking to become MasterCraft champ now, huh?
Yeah, conditions are good. Happy to be here. I'm glad to see like more tournaments coming up, so it's gonna feel normal again. Yeah, the field is tough, but we're here to have fun and try our best.
Yeah, and a cut to 6, which is tough, and the men going first in front of the women, a little bit different, huh?
Yeah, a little bit different change, but it is what it is, and conditions are good. I've been skiing pretty good lately, so I'm pretty happy to be here, and I'll have fun and give my best, and hopefully give them a run for top 6 today.
Well, we know Mom and Dad are watching back in Italy, and back to you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Wade. And there he was with Thomas de Gasperi, an intriguing competitor. We'll get to see him within the next few competitors. He will be skier number 17. Now, he's going to be on the water a little bit earlier because we've had 2 scratches so far, Garrett Reese and Blaze Grubbs, if you're trying to keep pace with the running order and discovering that we're 2 skiers early. Well, that's the reason why. Okay, Chris Parrish about to take to the water, hoping to chase down that 2 at 41 off new lead score, courtesy of Sean Hunter. And there you see 700 pounds of pressure, the equivalent of 4.5 to 1 for Sean Hunter. And whoever gets the strongest pull against that towboat gets a prize by radar, along with $500 in cold, hard cash. All right, opening pass for Chris Parrish, 13 meters. No worries there for him whatsoever. And we'll return to the dock and see Wade. Who do you have, sir?
Hey, thanks, Tony. Wade on the dock here again with Landon Giles, who's becoming like a bit of a pro skier, but you've got another sort of deal going. Tell us about it.
Yep, I'm at school at Florida Southern, just down the road here, senior year, business major, and looking to go to law school. Maybe next year, but also maybe a gap year so I can ski some more tournaments. We'll see what happens.
So, yeah, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, right? You think got Chris Parrish and some dudes standing on the dock right after you. What are you going to sort of maybe change for the next round?
I think I just got a little ahead of myself there. I needed to kind of just wait on the ski there at 3, so knowing that I can do it and stay on my ski and just keep going for next round. So, yeah.
There you go. Good luck skiing and in life, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, back to you, Tony.
All right, then. So, that was Wade-Cox there with Landon, and good to see him ski out there with 2.5 at 10.75 meters. But the skier whom we have on the water right here, right now, is Chris Parrish. He's taken a good swift pull out for the entrance gates. 12 meters now. Good counter rotation into buoy number 1. He's a lefty, which means that his 135 sides turns are more effective compared to his 246. But that's not to say he can't turn his 2-4 either, because he is all over that pass. And a great, great performance there, courtesy of Chris Parrish. You're going to see that again with our instant replay. All right, so we've seen Chris Parrish out there and getting through the 12 meter line.
All the skiers
there on dockside is Canada's Jamie Calhoun.
That's a sketchy subway.
They all are.
And,
but that was a sketchy subway.
Looking like he's
well,
he's undergone a little bit of therapy. One of the suction cup
fits
therapy,
that geographical.
It looks like underneath his right shoulder blade.
Remember that barbecue out there?
Oh yeah.
The guy just had a big.
That's been advocated a lot by many athletes in recent times. Probably more famously by Michael Phelps. Here we go. Here is Chris Parrish doing what he does best. This is 11.25 meters. And he could leap through that pass and still run it. There you go. That is 6 buoys. All right then, folks, and for those of you that are just tuning in, and my announcing point has been festooned with trophies aplenty. We've got the men's slalom trophy over there. We've got the women's slalom trophy over here. We've got a Connolly ski that you can win by accurately predicting the podium of the women's competition. You can win that ski, and it is signed by world champion Manon Costard. It is the Connolly DV8, the new ski with the versatile technology that allows you to custom make the profile, the riding profile of your slalom ski. You can check them out at connollyskis.com. All right, here we go. This is Chris Parrish. This now is 10.75 meters. Good effort round buoy number 3. Looking and go around buoy number 4. And could he be our second competitor to run this? You betcha. There you go. A 6 buoy count at 10.75 meters. 39.5 off. For those of you that rely upon feet and inches to effectively express the line length that these skiers are currently riding. Got a little bit sideways off buoy number 1, but with Chris Parrish, he uses his experience to great effect. You know, I mean, if he feels that he can make a better play on the turn by just taking a little bit of a pause, then he can do that. And just allows the ski to come up underneath him, just gets on that line. He's got plenty of leverage to work with. He's quite tall in that regard. So now 6 buoys on 10.75 meters is his current score. He's now going to have a shot at 10.25 meters. There is the Pro Star 6.0 liter Ilmor engine producing 430 horsepower and 479 foot-pounds of torque. That is some grunt. Here we go. This now is Chris Parrish, 10.25 meters. More than 2 will give him the lead. Oh, and half a buoy. Not too sure what kind of happened there for Chris Parrish. That doesn't happen too often, where he just absolutely collapses. Gets the space, but just trying to whip that ski around and try and make an earlier play in towards number 2, and it just didn't quite work for him. We're going to take a look at the instant replay once again for Chris Parrish on buoy number 1. And there you go, pops the fin. And now we're going to pop over towards the dock and find Wade Cox. Who have you got, sir?
Hey, thanks, Tony. Wade Cox here at the dock with Corey Vaughn. So, Corey, you probably skied a whole bunch behind this new 21 Pro Star already.
Yeah, I have one at home. We've really been loving it. It's been, it has a very characteristic pull of a MasterCraft that we felt before, only, with my wife pulling me all the time as my driver, the 2021, it's super easy to drive, so that's made the training a lot more consistent. And so, I'm really glad to be back behind a MasterCraft now down here in this Florida tour.
Yeah, man, I got to drive that sort of debut weekend boat up at Liquid Edge, and I was like, I'm like, wow, I don't have to do anything. So with the driver sort of under maybe less duress and conditions being what they are, hey, man, we could see the biggest cut line of the year so far, huh?
Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens out there. It's really nice right now. I've been down here all week, and this is the least wind I've seen all week, so nature is working in our favor here today. And, you got Chris Eller in the 2021 Pro Star. We're going to see some scores. Yeah.
Awesome. Back to you, Tony.
All right then, folks. Back here at the announcing point. This is the 2020 MasterCraft Pro. Our next skier to take to the water will be Jamie Calhoun out of Canada, out of the province of Ontario. And we just heard there from Corey Vaughn, who will be skiing within about the next 3 competitors. So right then, back out on the slalom course. This is Jamie Calhoun, minimum starting line length of 13 meters. Glad to have you on board. My name is Tony Lightfoot. This is the MasterCraft Pro for 2020, and Jamie Calhoun absolutely destroying that opening pass of 13 meters. Out of the state of Ontario, and actually trained for a considerable amount of time this season over at the McClintock's Water Ski School at Puslinch Lake in Cambridge, Ontario. And that site itself is actually the official home of the Ontario water ski team. Jamie Calhoun is a staff member there and has not only been there training for events such as this, but has also been coaching the up-and-coming skiers of the Ontario Development Water Ski Team. So good going there from Jamie Calhoun on the opening pass of 13 meters. Chris Parrish, I'm sure that you want to know his ratio. 789 pounds of force against a weight of 203 pounds. That's the equivalent of 3.9 to 1. With a 0 offsetting of A2 for those of you that are so technically inclined to find that out. All right, here is your leaderboard. We got Sean Hunter in the lead with 2 at 10.25 meters. Chris Parrish with half a buoy at 10.25 meters. And there is your current leaderboard. Jamie Calhoun, not looking bad on 12 meters. Shouldn't have any problems with this. Like what he's doing out there and doing a good job. 12 meters, not a problem. meters, just pointing that ski in the direction that he wants, and just brings the second hand on, and then he's off to the races. Good back arm pressure there into buoy number 5, and by this time on our instant replay, he makes an effective play on 12 meters. All right, so good effort there. That is Jamie Calhoun. Dockside.
Although he is
don't
pulled
even
the
need to see the face of the skier that will be on taken to the water. Just by looking at his ski alone, you know that it's going to be Cole McCormick taken to the water next.
I don't know what that is.
He, the sole competitor in the men's competition, riding the La Pointe.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't try it first time. I wouldn't make my first time. Corey, you try it first. Corey first.
Here comes Jamie Calhoun, 11.25 meters. Let's have a look and see. Good strike off buoy number 2 and number 3. Trying not to get ahead of himself. And skiing with a very similar style to Jason McClintock, who
I like the ones that,
was actually bummed that he
you know what I mean, that carrying all that extra.
Not able to actually make it to this tournament. He would have loved to have skied in this event. But there is Jamie Calhoun. Looking in very, very good shape, as a matter of fact. Off buoy number 2, and this instant replay really shows up the intricate elements that go into high-level tournament slalom skiing. A little bit of drift down course off buoy number 4, but does he panic? No, does not hit that button quite yet. And there we go. That is Jamie Calhoun with that particular run. All right then, folks. For those of you that are looking to update their wardrobe a little bit with some apparel of this event, you can go to apparel.mastercraft.com, apparel.mastercraft.com to check out the official merch of the 2020 MasterCraft Pro. All right, and there is the remainder of our running order. Calhoun on the water right now, then McCormick, Stadlmyer, Vaughn, Stadlbauer, Travers, Meckler, and the rest that you just saw there. All right, so who do we have? Jamie Calhoun, 10.75 meters. Could he be the third person to run this? He'll be the third in as many skiers, I can tell you that. Look at it. Whoa, a little loose off buoy number 3 into 4. Number 5, he's all over the show on that slalom ski, but he's managing to just dig himself out of some huge holes on that particular pass of 10.75 meters. Kind of felt that he pulled out a little early on his gate shot, which got him behind the boat a little soon, and just didn't give him the pendulum swing to get him effectively outside number 1. Having said that, of course, he's still able to manage to get that ski around and manage to go cross course effectively. Little bit of a slide off buoy number 4, as you saw there on the instant replay, and bit of a hit on number 5, but as long as he kept moving, he was always going to be in with a shout. All right then, folks. For those of you that have just tuned in, good morning. This is the 2020 MasterCraft Pro here at Lake Grew, the home of action water sports and ski fluid. As we see at 10.25 meters, Jamie Calhoun, our best score on this pass so far has been 2. And it looks like our second best score is going to be 1 1/2, and that is courtesy of Jamie Calhoun. Looks like he got a pretty decent start on buoy number 1. Got the ski round, but as the line gets shorter and shorter, the pendulum swing from one side to the next becomes more extreme. You got about nearly 180 degrees of deflection from one side to the next. And if you're not prepared for it, if you're not prepared to be in the right position by the time that line goes tight and time for you to go cross course, then it could cause some huge problems. Now, we saw that the ski got round number 2. He just couldn't get into a skiing position in time for the boat guide, so it's going to be 1 1/2 for Jamie Calhoun.
These are some of the prototypes used in the development of the Whisper Fin. These are some of the fins used improving upon that design. The new fins first set with a Pro, 1 at 43, off the dock.
All right, and the score's coming up in just a moment for you good folks. Hunter in the lead with 2 at 10.25 meters. Jamie Calhoun from Canada with 1 1/2 at 10.25 meters. Then Parrish, Jaramillo, Giles, and Nicholson.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Here with the sledge, Adam Saddlemyer. Hey, a little bit different doing these interviews right before, but you seem to be like a cool character. No problem.
Yeah, you know, I already decided what I'm going to do when I woke up this morning, so now it's just a matter of getting out there and executing. So I know what I need to do, and nothing can really be done about that now.
And I'm sure you've trained here before. Nice lake, huh?
Yeah, I've been out here bunch for all of the 3 events. Super nice setup. Always, PBs. My wife Alex broke her U.S. jump record here, and she still holds it. So definitely a place of a lot of history and a lot of big scores.
So good stuff. Well, shout out to Alex and the baby. Yes. Back to you, Tony.
All right then, and looks like I've got skiers at the desk as well. We've got Jamie Calhoun. How did you feel out there after that?
Well, it felt good. I was pretty happy with that for first round. There's some things I'd like to clean up for second round and hopefully pick up another buoy at 41 and get to another 39, but it's a good first round. I'm happy with it.
Excellent stuff, and we certainly look forward to you skiing in the second round. So, how's your summer been over at McClintock's?
Well, it's been a great summer at McClintock's. Probably our best one yet. We were really thankful for the support we had from the community. Everybody coming out, still skiing, respecting COVID. Everything was safe, and we had a lot of fun.
Excellent stuff, and look forward, as I said before, look forward to seeing you ski tomorrow in round 2. I'm not too sure whether 1 1/2 at 10.25 is going to get you in the top 6, but you know that probably as well as everybody else, so we wish you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
Excellent.
Thanks, Tony.
Stuff. All right, then, as we were talking there, Cole McCormick on the water right there. Just absolutely smoking 13 meters to get his account up and running. All right, so looking down towards the end of the lake, there is a deep drop-off point at the end of the opening pass and the odd-numbered passes from here on out. So we allow the skiers up to 45 seconds on each drop to get ready for the next run, to allow the waves to disappear from the previous pass. But here we go. This is Cole McCormick. looking very, very strong out there. Cole McCormick, who placed on the podium at the recent Hilltop Pro-Am, which took place in Arlington in Washington State a little bit earlier on in the season. But looking great out there, just hammering those turns on that LaPointe slalom ski, a new brand that's hit the scene in recent times. All right, so as we look at the tail end of Cole McCormick's second pass, Wade, who do you have, sir?
Tony Wade Cox again here with Stephen Neveu. So, Stephen, you probably spent a lot of time behind this new boat as well. Looking forward to it today?
Yeah, exactly. Last summer, spent a lot of R&D hours behind this boat, actually, so got to know it pretty well. So I'm looking forward to skiing behind the full deal now today.
And already talked about with Corey Vaughn, makes the driving a lot easier too, huh?
Oh, exactly. This new boat with the way it drives, like I can trust my sister to drive me now, which I would never do before. So it's not too bad of a boat.
Hey, well, good stuff. We're going to see him out real soon. Back to you, Tony.
All right, back on the water there with Cole McCormick. 11.25 meters. These passes don't get any easier. And certainly putting a bit of beef into the deal there. That is Cole McCormick through 11.25 meters. Good glide on the entrance gates now. The wind is starting to slacken off a little bit, which is something that these skiers need to be aware of course. Obviously, you don't want to overpower yourself going into a headwind pass if there's no need to. Conversely, with the tailwind, you want to make sure that you still have back arm pressure, but you also want to make sure that you've got adequate line tension at the end of each turn in order to go cross course effectively and on time. So, good effort. So there's our top scores. Hunter, Calhoun, Parrish, Jaramillo, Giles, and Nicholson. We could be adding Cole McCormick into that at the moment. We graduate 6 skiers through from the preliminary rounds through to the next through to the final. It's just a straight top 6, and yeah, the best score you can produce is the score that you have to carry. Here we go. This is 10.75 meters, all over the show. Round buoy number 4 and 5 and number 6. There you go. Cole McCormick, who suffered a little bit in recent times with a little bit of disappointing performances in recent times, but looking to get back on track and effectively. Now, you noticed off his gate shot into buoy number 1, put a little bit more of a shoulder charge, approaching the wakes and going beyond the second. Shoulder charging hard enough to where his shoulder would actually obscure his view of the next buoy, it would appear from this instance. But whatever it takes to get the job done, he's fully prepared to make it happen. That is Cole McCormick. So, and for those of you tuning in, good morning to you. This is TWBC's coverage of the 2020 MasterCraft Pro. Rotation leaderboard, we'll keep an eye on that. 851 pounds exerted by Jamie Calhoun with 5 at 10.75 meters at 5 ball and 10.75 meters. Here we go, 10.25 meters. Round number 1 gets it to go. Round buoy number 2. There's a tie for the lead. Is he round number 3? He's trying to sell this one, and I don't think he got to the wakes in time for the boat guides. Now we're going to have a look at 2 elements on this particular pass. Did he make it round number 3 for starters? And if he did, did he get to the wakes in time for the boat guides? We're going to try and see if we can slow this down enough. He was delayed enough off number 2. He's at least in with a tie for the lead. He got round number 3. He got round the 3rd buoy. We know that. Now, does he get back for the wakes in time for the boat guides? No, I don't think he did. We're going to have a look at this from the towboat if we can grab that instant replay. I personally think that he got 2.5. He got the ski outside number 3, but didn't get the ski to the wakes on time to score the full buoy. Certainly not for the lack of trying, I can tell you that. He got round the 3rd. Tries the S-turn. Now, those of you that saw the Swiss Pro Slalom saw him try this exact same thing. No, it's 2.5. There you go. Proof positive there. 2 1/2. All right, we'll fly.
A2, A2. Really?
I know.
I thought we were friends. I've always liked you.
Doesn't seem like the love is...
Yeah, the love is only going one way here. What the heck?
All right, then. So, Adam Saddlemyer about to take to the water. And for those of you fans of water ski broadcasting, I'm sure some of you, a good few of you, as a matter of fact, have gone to the YouTube presence and saw Cole McCormick with his S-turn attempt from about a week or so ago, and didn't quite go to plan. And it was actually one of our gnarliest crashes. But this time around, he got it to go. He got an additional half a buoy for his effort. Cole McCormick with 827 pounds, equivalent to 4.3 to 1 against his body weight. All right, here comes Adam Saddlemyer, former European slalom champion, coming to us out of the Czech Republic. Looking very, very smooth on the opening pass of 13. We're going to just take a look at the instant replay. Just making sure he's got good back arm pressure. Just see how light he is on that slalom ski. Not putting too much pressure against the boat, and that's always the real balancing act, isn't it? Whether you dig yourself into a bigger hole by putting more pressure against the boat and you end up coming up short, or whether you're a little bit lighter on that slalom ski, allow that ski to come round, generate its own angle, and end up doing more with less. That's Adam Saddlemyer. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, thanks, Tony. I'm here in the dock with Cole McCormick. Just finished your preliminary round. 3 at 41?
It's 2.5. I didn't quite get back to the gates in time, but not very good at S-turning my 135 side, so normally I flip out the front of my ski when I try to do that, and today I didn't, so I'll call that a win.
Well, that heel, we're calling the S-turn for you guys at home. Don't know, it's trying to swerve the ski out and then back so you can get the full point. It's kind of hard to do heel side, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's weird. Your offside's actually way easier to S-turn, and your onside, it's just, I don't know why, it's just hard to get your ski pointed back in, so it is what it is. 2.5 is a pretty great score for the first round.
There we go. Cole McCormick, back to you, Tony.
All right, there we go. That was Cole McCormick on the dock there with Wade Cox, and on the water here is Adam Saddlemyer. Nicely done. 12 meters, first two passes under his belt, no worries there. 12 meters still leaves a little bit of room on the handle to get around all 6 buoys. When we get to 11.25 meters or 38 off, that's where it starts to get a little bit tricky with the handle coming up short of the buoy width when that line is strung out perpendicular from the boat path. So, looking in good shape. Once again, that is Adam Saddlemyer. That is 12 meters. And back right after this. All right, back on the water, we've got Adam Saddlemyer. There by the drop-off buoy on the starting dock end of this Lake Grew facility, the home of action water sports and of ski fluid. And here comes Adam Saddlemyer, 11.25 meters. Looking good, looking quite strong as a matter of fact. Not losing too much of his technique out there, even though he's having to put on a little bit of pressure against the boat. But here we go. This is Adam Saddlemyer, 11.25 meters on our instant replay, and just has an uncanny knack of being so light on the slalom ski. Being so efficient with the edge changes, with the turns, and just being able to get across course effectively. So, tail end of Adam Saddlemeyer's third pass. We're on pass number 3 for Adam Saddlemyer. That is 11.25 meters. 10.75 meters for Adam Saddlemyer coming up next. All right then, so we are at the home of ski fluid, Lake Grew, ski fluid. Certainly one of the better ski schools that exist in this part of the world, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a moment. But here we go, Adam Saddlemyer, 10.75 meters. Oh, look at this. 10.75. Little bit of a fin break into number 5, but making sure he gets around number 6 and becomes our 5th skier in as many skiers to get through 10.75 meters or 39.5 off. So there is Adam Saddlemyer looking at our instant replay, 10.75 meters. Could he be one of your picks in the Predictor Podium competition for the audience prize? Well, why don't you enter? Go to waterskibroadcasting.com and put your predictions into play. You could win yourself a Connolly slalom ski signed by America Star, or win yourself a D3 slalom ski of your choice. Here we go. This now is Adam Saddlemyer. He knows the score. He knows what score is taking the lead right now. It's 2.5 by Colt McCormick. Look at this, a 41 off, 10.25 meters. Does he make a play on? No, I don't think he did. And it's that fine of a margin, folks. From one side to the next. Let's take a look at his gate shot with this instant replay. Getting some good separation from the line goes. He makes his play on number 1, but just gone pulled a little bit out of sorts, and actually his ski tip actually hit. Ooh. I think he actually got round buoy number 3, but obviously didn't make a play for to get the full buoy there. So we'll try and confirm whether that score is good enough for the lead. Now we're going to take a quick look at the view from the boat, which will also show us in greater detail what happened. Yeah, the ski got caught underneath the line, and he just got out of sorts. Oh, I think he actually got inside of buoy number 3. A good portion of the reason why he didn't make an effective play to tighten up the line to S-turn, so it looks like it's a 2-buoy count for Adam Saddlemyer. 697 pounds, 4.0 to 1, as a matter of fact, against his weight on that slalom ski, which is 174 pounds. That is Adam Saddlemyer. Now, when we plug his score into the leaderboard, it will actually be a tie for second place with Sean Hunter, and there it is. So here's Wade.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Here on the dock with Ben Stadlbauer. So, Ben, last event of the year, been a bunch of big scores for you, but a bunch of big finishes. What are you thinking today?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's the last one of the season, so it's always a little bit of a different feeling than because it's your last chance. Does that make sense? There's not another weekend to fix it, but it's been a good season. It's been a really good year, given the pandemic and everything. It's been a lot of fun on the water, and so we're just happy to be here one last time, and hopefully have a good one.
And thanks to your little brother, TWBC. You guys do an awesome job. Thank you.
All right, then, here we go. This is Corey Vaughn, who comes to us out of the town of Bumpus in Virginia. Looking strong. He's so light on that slalom ski. It's absolutely incredible what he does. And getting around all 6 buoys on 30 meters. And almost as light on his slalom ski. And we'll talk to him in a moment, is Adam Saddlemyer, as we take a look at the instant replay.
Sorry, what's going on?
Why, thank you for stopping by a little bit.
Yep.
So have a quick look here at Corey Vaughn, and we'll do a little bit of deep dive analysis of your performance out there. I believe you got 2. You're certainly convinced that you got 2.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't really a question in my mind. That's why I just sort of let go and went straight to the shore. Felt the buoy on the wrong side of the ski, and that's just what it is.
All right, so we just saw Corey Vaughn, and here is Adam Saddlemyer with his good slalom ski. So how do you think the season has gone for you so far?
I mean, I think it's going good. I've made podium, got some top 5 placements. So any year that I'm sort of able to make that happen is a good year in my book. So I can't complain.
Yes, indeed, and given the challenging circumstances that we've had to deal with this season, I think we should be grateful that we've had this many tournaments at this stage, giving the pro skiers a chance to actually make some coin.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's just, thanks for everybody involved. I mean, this is absolutely amazing, and we're certainly very grateful. All
right, then. Thanks a lot, Adam Saddlemyer. We'll let you get towed off.
Thank you.
And, Corey Vaughn getting into all kinds of shape there on 12 meters. This is uncharacteristic there from him. But that number 4 looked rough. All right then, so we're looking at Corey Vaughn, just got a little bit broken over off buoy number 4 you saw there on the instant replay. But as light as he is, and probably one of our lighter skiers, as well as being one of our taller skiers, he's able to figure that out effectively. So, there's the remainder of our starting list. Benjamin Stadlbauer up next, skier number 13. Then we got Jonathan Travers, Dane Meckler, Nate Smith, Thomas de Gasperi, Stephen Neveu, Will Asher, and Frederick Winter. So here we go. We have got now Corey Vaughn. Good line tension as he makes his way through the entrance gates around buoy. Oh, gone broken over off buoy number 1, and he is in all kinds of trouble here, 11.25 meters. He's going down course here, and just now getting his balance back in time to run that pass, 11.25 meters. And so, yeah, just taking a little bit of an analysis here of Corey Vaughn. All right, so we'll continue on with Corey Vaughn right after this.
Morning, Brian.
Hey, morning. You have a good weekend?
Yeah, got out on the water a couple times. How about you?
Yeah, I got to set in. Just gonna make a quick phone call here. Of course. Can you get that, Will?
Yeah, man, I got it. Thanks for calling Wake House. This is Will. Yeah, looks like we've got those in stock.
All right, here we go. Corey Vaughn. 10.75 meters. Let's see if he can figure some stuff out here. Whoa, round number 2. He's getting down course a little bit, but he has plenty of strength, and he's light on the slalom ski. Seems to find more of his form the later he goes in on a particular run, and at 10.75 meters, looking pretty strong towards the end, enough to run that particular run. So now this is our 6th skier in as many skiers that has gone through 10.75 meters or 39.5 off. But just look strong off buoy number 1. Just look really, really loose off number 1, and barely had enough angle off that turn to keep himself in good shape round number 2. He is a right foot forward skier, which meant that by the time he got outside buoy number 2, and indeed here on number 4, he was in a position where he could just whack that ski around and just get it ahead of him and then go cross course. All right, Corey Vaughn. We'll see him at 10.25 next, right after this. All right then, here at the site of Action Water Sports in Central Florida, Lake Grew, this is Corey Vaughn. 10.25 meters, round buoy number 1, a little bit loose and a little bit narrow. He's round number 2. Can he get a piece of 3? He'll get the 3, but no, and he's disappointed in not being able to get that ski ahead of the boat guides to score 3. Just couldn't S-turn quickly enough to make it happen. That's even under the assumption that he got that ski outside of number 3 for starters. But we're looking at the first couple of buoys. He just got delayed down course. Then he broke forward through the wakes. He got the ski outside number 3. Of that, there is no doubt. Tried to get that handle outside. Does he make it? No, he doesn't. He was about 2.5 to 3 feet late of that boat guide, and he knows it too. But just a little bit of a fin release coming into number 2. That probably didn't help him too much either. Yeah, he got the 3. He got outside buoy number 3. But did he get the ski back into the wakes in time? No. And he was disappointed with that too, and he expressed that in no uncertain terms. Here's Wade.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Wade Cox here again on the dock with Mr. John Travers. So, bit of a unique year, to say the least, and now finishing up a little Florida tour. We were over at your place a few weeks ago, Swiss Pro, now finishing up with the MasterCraft Pro. How you feeling today?
Yeah, I feel great. It's good to have events. It's good to be being competitive. You know, the beginning of the year was a struggle, and now it feels kind of a little bit like normal. So it's exciting, it's fun, and you know, we could be sitting on our couches, so this is a lot more fun.
Well, football's not so bad in the fall, but yeah, this fall tour has been good for us, huh?
Yeah, totally, especially with the Florida weather being kind of like perfect, other than a little bit of wind, but you know, we're getting lucky today with the wind, and you know, it's just fun to be back on the water.
Thanks, John. He's up next. Thanks. Back to you, Tony.
All right then, so looks like we got 816 pounds of force, 5.4 to 1 ratio exhibited by Corey Vaughn. Weighs in at $150, and that's why he's able to get that ratio up as high as it got, with a 0 offsetting of A2. And we're going to have a quick word with Corey Vaughn in just a few moments, but not until we've brought in Benjamin Stadlbauer's opening pass. That's going to be on 13 meters. Not looking bad for the most part. Looking very smooth. Certainly one of the smoothest slalom skiers that we see in the professional circuit. And looking very, very smooth there. And also one of the smoothest slalom skiers on the circuit, probably not this time around in this particular round, is Corey Vaughn. So kind of what happened out there, because I've seen you skiing a lot smoother than that, even on the opening passes.
Well, I'll be honest, Tony, I was a little bit nervous. I've been down here in Florida for a little while and skiing a lot more than I'm used to. So I wore my body down a little bit, and so I've been trying to rest up the last couple of days and just settle into things. I think I might have been thinking a little bit too much. When you get that mind going, sometimes the body does funny things. But with one round under my belt, I feel a little more ready now.
Sounds like you're trying to force things a little bit too much.
I think that's exactly what it is. You've been around and seen enough great skiing to know when you try to force it and gain that extra control, you actually lose control. So I think I just got to let it go. Solid score under the belt. Now let's just settle into things and ski like normal.
I'm picking up a line from Frozen, just let it go.
Is that from Frozen? To me, that's from Alan Watts. But Frozen is a good pop culture reference. I haven't seen it yet.
Let it go. All right, then. All right, Corey, we'll let you get relaxed and see if you can take your mind a little bit about from the second round coming up. But you did score 816 pounds of force on that toe line. Yeah.
Got to go for something.
Absolutely. Here we go. Benjamin Stadlbauer, pass number 2. All right, not bad there from Benjamin Stadlbauer, and this is about as smooth as you're probably going to see here at the moment. Good extension, a little bit broken over off number 1, but I'll tell you what, where he doesn't, in the rare occasions that he doesn't come through by being smooth, he's there by being strong. Keeping his shoulders up, keeping his lower back forwards, and just lays it in and just hooks up and goes. And off to the races he went. All right, Wade, who do you have there, sir?
Hey, thanks, Tony. Here with Fred Winter, Mr. MasterCraft. So, last event, MasterCraft Pro. Tell us about this boat you guys been working on.
Well, we're really excited about it. I was watching the webcast earlier, of course. I heard Neveu say he did a lot of hours last summer. I did a lot of hours this spring. Been a real team effort, and of course Freddie Kruger and Colin Schweiger, who's going to be out here today giving a walkthrough maybe tomorrow of the boat. It's awesome. We love it. I hate to sound super corporate, but I mean, like it drives good, it skis great. Like we're going to have some good scores, and really excited.
Good stuff. You're going to see Freddie out on the water soon. Back to you, Tony.
All right, then, back with the action. This is Benjamin Stadlbauer. This is 11.25 meters. Can't afford to put too much of a foot wrong. As the line gets shorter, the margin for error that you can get away with becomes less and less. And Benjamin Stadlbauer on his game, on fire out there with a 6-buoy count, 11.25 meters. Don't see much wrong with this. However, the wind is starting to pick back up again, so that's something that he's got to bear in mind as well. Not too sure what the wind speed is, but it is gusting up and down a little bit, so hard to get an accurate gauge of where we are from a consistency standpoint. But yeah, the slalom ski just allows that ski to come up underneath him, and trains hard and trains smart to get to this point. And we'll see the continuation of Benjamin Stadlbauer right after this. All right, then, naturally, Benjamin Stadlbauer wearing a new type of vest, new company, relatively new to the scene, a follow vest, and you'll see that right here at 10.75 meters. Looking in good shape here. Whoa. Having said that, having to really check up on buoy number 4 and round number 5. Went down course of the first the last couple of buoys, but managing to make it happen. That is Benjamin Stadlbauer. Now our 7th skier in as many skiers. Starting a bit of a trend here, I would surmise. Oh, just really whacking that ski hard off buoy number 1, and Benjamin Stadlbauer, a right foot forward skier. Now this is about as good an offside turn as you're going to see of 1, 3, and 5, because he is a right foot forward slalom skier and can actually better manipulate his 2-4-6 side turn, or rather a gate 2-4, because by the time you get round number 6, if you're already early enough, you're not really going to make too hard of a play on that particular turn. And here is the remaining skiers on our starting list: Travers, Meckler, Smith, De Gasperi, Neveu, Asher, and Winter. We have 7 skiers left, so we're not really in much of a position to determine who will be among those 6 skiers to possibly make it through to the next round of the competition. Bear in mind that it is the best score of 2 rounds that will do it. And there is Benjamin Stadlbauer with 2 buoys at 41 off. Didn't look like he was in a position to make a play on number 3, so 2 at 41 off, or 10.25 meters. So by the time Benjamin Stadlbauer got to this point, the wind had actually gusted up quite a bit there, so probably didn't help him an awful lot. Getting strung out a little bit into buoy number 2, would count himself fortunate to make it round there. and S turned early enough to take up the slack in the line to get to the boat guides in time to score the 4-2. So, Benjamin Stadlbauer looked a little rushed with the gate shot and just took in way too much speed off the end of that turn at number 1, and just looking at the boat view to confirm that it is a 2-buoy count. So there we go. That is Benjamin Stadlbauer. Here we are with our view from the dock there. There's the ramp that will be pounded by our men's jumpers a little bit later on today. Benjamin Stadlbauer, 837 pounds of force. That is the strongest pull of the day so far. It's the equivalent of 4.7 to 1 against his standing weight of 197. Now, just received word that Benjamin Stadlbauer, I believe, is actually second in the weight in the rope tension standings. Jamie Calhoun with 851, only marginally more than Benjamin Stadlbauer, and then it's Cole McCormick.
Adam too.
So still a bit to play for, about 25 pounds separating the top 3 competitors in the rope tension standings, brought to you by Radar Skis, who are offering the prize of $500 in cold hard cash to whoever can pull the most against the towboat. All right then, let's have a look and see who is next, and it is none other than Jonathan Travers.
I'm not doing this to try to make a name. I just like the way it feels under that little rise to
And there we go, that's Jonathan Travers coming into the course, rocking the edge binding. Hard shell binding with a number of refinements that'll allow top level slalom skiers to ski at their best. And that binding was developed by Jonathan Travers starting in the 2016 season. Looking strong, looking particularly good on 30 meters. Now you can see a little bit more texture added to the top of the water. The wind conditions starting to come into play a little bit more, but it still hasn't affected the ability of our previous 7 slalom skiers to make it through 39.5 off and get into 41 off 10.25 meters. Good edge change on that Syndicate slalom ski, the Syndicate Pro that he's been riding for a fair few weeks now. And we'll be back with him right after this.
Hey, at the dock here with the champ, Will Asher. So, Will, it's got to be a little different to wake up and drive to these events. What, are you driving 20 minutes?
Yeah, exactly, 20 minutes. I mean, can't complain about this. I mean, based in my backyard, you know, I'm happy we get these events here in Florida. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, kind of a different year. We talked about it with J-Trav, but now having a bit of a Florida fall tour, a little different, but a lot of fun, a lot of excitement.
Yeah, I mean, this is, for us, I think it's just a bonus. So, you know, all we can do really is make it fun at this point. You know, we haven't had a full season. We weren't able to kind of I didn't really put in my preseason because we weren't going to have a season. So I took it as a year off, and then we kind of have this bonus fun at the end. So, yeah, we're just going to have fun. It'll be good.
That's it. We're having fun. Back to you, Tony.
All right, back with Jonathan Travers. This is 12 meters. Nice and smooth, about as smooth as it gets for Jonathan Travers. Take a look at this, and as the wind gusts up a little bit more, it could well be prone to take one or two of our skiers a little bit by surprise, especially when they're trying to accurately pull out for their gate shot and realizing that the line is either tighter or looser than it would ordinarily be under normal circumstances. But that didn't matter too much to Jonathan Travers, at least past the first couple of buoys. He managed to establish a rhythm on 12 and didn't really break out of it too much as he got round all 6 buoys with that pass. All right, so we'll be back with JT right after this.
Lessons learned from the silent flight of owls has been applied to aerospace and to Formula One racing. Now, they've been applied to the water ski fin. Coming soon, the Whisper Fin Pro.
All right, here comes Jonathan Travers. He's run 13 and 12. This is 11.25 meters off 38 off in old parlance. Look at him go. This is round buoy number 3. He's on top of his ski, keeping still, relatively flat-footed, but he's fine. He's getting round all 6 buoys. And Wade, who do you have, sir?
Hey, thanks, Tony. Here in the dock with Corey Vaughn, who just finished up. So tell us about the conditions out there and about your run.
Well, the conditions are stellar. I mean, just a light head tail out there, pretty perfect. It's 39 head. The 41 tailwind's not that much to factor in. And like we said beforehand, you got Chris Eller in the new Pro Star. That part feels amazing. I felt like I could do a little more settling in, but that's what tomorrow's going to be for. So it's a slalom event where I'm done skiing at 10:30. So relax the rest of the day, reflect on that round, go back, watch the webcast footage, and build for tomorrow.
There you go. From Corey Vaughn, back to you, Tony.
All right, thanks a lot, Wade. Thanks a lot, Corey. And you're back with me here at the announcing point. My name is Tony Lightfoot at the 2020 MasterCraft Pro here at Lake Grew, the home of Action Water Sports and of Ski Fluid. Great to have those that pairing involved in making this tournament happen here at Lake Grew, and we're going to see what JT can do at 10.75 meters. Now the wind has died down just marginally here, but let's see what he can do under these circumstances. He's round buoy number 1. He's getting broken over off number 2. Oh my word, that just went pear-shaped in a hurry off buoy number 2 and just couldn't really get it to go. And now he's going to have to be reliant upon what he scores in round 2 to see if he can make it through to the top 6 skier. Now, off buoy number 1, he looked good, but round buoy number 2, handle came up high, and it just pulled him right off of his stance. Tried to make a play off number 3, and it was too late in that regard. So it looks like it's going to be 2.5. So yeah, looking at the instant replay from the boat, this is the more telling angle. He gets the position that he needs off number, and just ski just slides down course off buoy number 2. He wanted to try and get that turn resolved a little quicker, but let's see who's on the dock with Wade.
Tony, I'm here in the dock with Nate Smith, one of your fellow Midwest compatriots. Dane Meckler leaving. Kind of like Midwest summer weather, even though we're almost to Halloween here, huh?
Yeah, you know, I was in Indiana yesterday. It was 81 degrees before I came here, but our water was 57. So, but no, it's cool to be on the dock with Dane because we kind of grew up skiing together, and you know, he comes down, hangs out with me, skis with me here in Florida. So, you know, just getting ready to watch him here.
Good stuff. Back to you, Tony.
All right, back with our skiing action on the water. Here we go. This is Dane Meckler. Not one of our taller slalom skiers in this particular field, but what he lacks in height, he makes for in determination and technique. And look at him go. There is Dane Meckler, opening run of 13 meters. Good sprightly pull out for the entrance gates, as you see on the instant replay. But looking strong, looking very, very, very sure of himself, and even allowing the ski to come up a little bit behind him off 2, 4, and 6. But still, with his technique and with his confidence out there, able to work that ski beautifully through that run. All right, so here's our top 6. McCormick, Vaughn are your top 2 with 2 1/2. Then we've got Saddlemyer in amongst the mix there as well, along with Calhoun and Sean Hunter. Hoping to be amongst those skiers towards the top of the list is Dane Meckler. Nicely done. Good effort there from Dane Meckler there with his second pass. Now with the wind blowing the way that it is and staying pretty consistent, I wonder if one or two of our competitors out there may actually be contemplating the opt-up to position the pass, the 39.5 off pass with the tailwind and going headwind with 10.25 minutes. We'll see how that plays out. So looking at Dane Meckler towards the end, and we'll be back right after this. All right then, folks, here we go. Continuing on with the MasterCraft Pro for 2020. This is Dane Meckler. 11.25 meters. Not putting too much of a foot wrong here with this particular effort. He gets round 5, round number 6, and that's probably one of the smoothest 11.25 meter passes or 38 off passes that you will ever see. So Chris Eller there in the towboat, just maneuvering and getting ready for the next run. All right, Dane Meckler it is, 10.75 meters into a pretty stiff head breeze. And for those of you that are wanting to put themselves in a position where they can win themselves a slalom ski, you can go to waterskibroadcasting.com. Waterskibroadcasting.com. Enter for your chance to win a slalom ski, whether it is a D-free slalom ski of your size and choice, or the Conley DV8 signed by Manon Costard. Here we go. This now is Dane Meckler, a little down course off buoy number 3, but he's in great shape for 4 and number 5. And look at this, 10.75, masterfully cleared by Dane Meckler. So 39.5 off by Dane Meckler, originally hailing out of the Buckeye State of Ohio, but now making his home in Charlotte, North Carolina. On dockside. world champion and record holder there, Nate Smith, and he's checking out the conditions, and if he had a chance, he'll probably check out the instant replay of Dane Meckler going through this pass of 39.5 off and doing a fine job in that regard. So, top 6 as it stands right now. McCormick and Vaughn hold a tie for the lead. Then it's a 3-way tie for 3rd place between Hunter, Saddlemyer, and Stadlbauer. And in 6th place is Jamie Calhoun with 1.5 at 10.25 meters. So very close, and all at 10.25 meters. 10.25, look at this. Ooh, and Dane Meckler getting round buoy number 2. I'm not too sure where he actually made contact with the buoy, but we're going to see our instant replay to determine that. So Dane Meckler swimming into the shore. So we're going to take a look at the instant replay at 10.25 meters. Bring in the ski hard around. Got a decent number 1, a little down course, but then you'd expect that at 10.25 meters. Whoa. Looking at one of our earlier passes, as a matter of fact, but we wait for our next ski to take to water, where it's going to be Nate Smith, and then we got Thomas de Gasperi, Stephen Neveu, Will Asher, and Frederick Winter. All right, so now we're on to the instant replay for those of you watching on 10.25 meters. A little down course off buoy number 1. No, he doesn't make it round number 2. Let's see if we can flip that back a little bit and run that in reverse. Run that. Let's have a look and see. Does he make it around buoy? No. So it's 1. It's 1 for Dane Meckler.
Water's not as warm as I thought. It's not warm. It's warmer than home. Whenever you guys are ready. Yeah.
All right then, so on the water, current world slalom record holder and twice world champion. This is Nate Smith. Opening past 30 meters. And this is this skier here is one of the very few athletes that will actually make slalom skiing look slow. Even on 30 meters, which is like a pipe dream for a lot of skiers out there that are into this sport and have been trying for many years to go deep short line. But here we are in the announcing point. We've got Dane Meckler. How you been doing today, sir?
Good, Tony. How are you? Doing good, Tony. How you doing?
I've been doing pretty good now, pretty good. So 10.25 meters. We're going to see if we can re-rack that instant replay so you can take a look for yourself. Now, talk us through this.
Yeah, so I actually thought the gate was pretty good. I was trying to keep my speed down in the tailwind. It gusted a little bit, had a little slack off 1, and was just trying to control the speed there at 2, and unfortunately I came up short. 41 gets pretty short, and I just got to do a little bit more there to get outside of 2, but I was feeling pretty good out there. 39 felt great. It's been almost 10 years since I've skied here last, and looking forward to tomorrow.
So you're currently in 7th place right now, kind of on the outside looking in, so kind of I'm sure that you're going to regroup, so your initial thoughts in that regard?
Yeah, so I'm obviously a little bit bummed, but the nice thing about this tournament, we have 2 rounds, so I'm going to be coming here fresh tomorrow on Saturday, looking, 1 round to get in, and I think I'm going to get through that 2-ball and take it down course. So
excellent stuff. We look forward to that. Dane Meckler, folks,
Thank you, Tony.
as we have Nate Smith coming in on 12 meters. All right, not looking too bad here on the 12-meter run. That is Nate Smith. And I believe we have Wade on standby on the dock. Where are you there, Wade?
Hey, thanks, Tony. I'm on the dock here with Jamie Calhoun, who's already finished his run. So we're talking, Jamie's a junior, Florida Southern, right down the road, business administration. But on to that later. How was your first round this morning?
Oh, the first round was good. I was happy with it. Ran a decent 39 and ended up with 1.5 of 41. So I was happy with it. Hopefully we'll get another buoy next round and take it from there.
Which will be coming up in the morning. So based on your round, will you make any adjustments or just go status quo for tomorrow?
I think lead everything the same. I think there's some things I'd like to change technically out there and clean some things up and hope for a bit of a better score and another 39.
There you go. Jamie Calhoun. He'll be on the water tomorrow morning. Back to you guys.
All right, then. Looks like we just had a Jamie Calhoun there and a little bit of a fan club in the background. You didn't think that we were watching you, did you? All right, and rocking the D3 ion. This is Nate Smith at 11.25 meters. Not looking bad at all. Very, very smooth. Very, very much on track. And for those of you folks out there that want to win themselves a D3 slalom ski of your choice, whether it's the NRG, whether it's the ion, or whether it's indeed any of the other slalom skis on the D3 range, you can go to waterskibroadcasting.com. Waterskibroadcasting.com predicts the winners in the men's slalom competition along with the top score, and you could be in with a chance of winning a great, great ski prize. So, not looking bad at all. That is Nate Smith. We are on skier 16. Actually, skier number 14, because we had 2 scratches. Skier 14 of 18. We're about 4 skiers away from rounding off for round number 1. There is Thomas de Gasperi on standby.
Freddie was on the phone Monday morning with me. To sign up. Freddie's like, hey, well, MasterCraft.
All right, here we go. Nate Smith, 10.75 meters for the skier that produces the strongest pull. They're in with a shot of a $500 cash prize. And here is Nate Smith. Probably won't factor into that particular competition, but will certainly be factoring in to the main slalom awards. Certainly with a great run like that. 10.75 meters. In the bag. Certainly in great shape here. Just allowing the ski to rotate up underneath the line. Just trying to keep his back up. And then just throws his hips forward in a good strong alignment behind the boat. And it gets it to go. All right. Just to remind you, 20% off of all items with the promo code MCPRO20 when you shop at skimcclintox.com. skimcclintox.com. Use the promo code MCPRO20 to get 20% off all items. Right, here we go. 10.25 meters. Trying to chase down the leading score of 2.5. And if there's one person that can do it, it's certainly this one. Nate Smith at 41 off. A little delay off number 2. Good to go round number 3. He has the lead. He has a play on 4. Looking to go round buoy number 5. And could he make it round buoy number 6? Yes! There you go. First person through. 10.25 meters. It didn't take long, did it? Yeah. And as my compadre from back in the day has just alluded to, that was a tailwind 41 off. 10.25 meters. There were 1 or 2 errors on this pass, but I think we can forgive him for that. But looking strong and looking in fine shape at 10.25 meters. Good extension. Even got slack line off buoy number 5 at 10.25 meters and still had enough room to work that ski outside buoy number 6. And there you go. That is Nate Smith with a 6 buoy count at 10.25 meters. And the only person thus far to have run that pass in this competition thus far. So now, here comes Nate Smith. You are watching our first attempt at 9.75 meters. 43 off. Here he comes. Entrance gates, buoy number 1, and he will S-turn and get the 1. There you go, Nate Smith with 1 buoy at 9.75 meters, 1 at 43 off. And we'll have a look at his gate pull out. Very, very critical that he gets this element right. Entrance gate. Does he actually make it round? But he makes it round buoy number 1. It's by no means an automatic getting that ski outside the first buoy at 9.75, and yet he does it. So on the money with that. 10.25 meters, he ran the pass before, and 9.75, 1 buoy. And we're going to see Wade in just a moment.
Hey, Tony, Wade Cox here in the dock with Sean Hunter, who did something a couple weeks ago and did it again where you were the first one to run the 39 and into the 41. So you got 2 on the board, right? Yes. So what will you try to do different tomorrow, or will you go with the same game plan?
I think same game plan, except this time I just like to turn 2 a little better. First round I just wanted to make sure I got a full 2, and next round just see if I can get over the 3 somehow, because I don't think 2 is going to be top 6, so need to pull out something a little bit more second round.
So we talking about you're a junior now, University of Alabama, and what are you majoring in?
I'm an operations management major.
There you go. Back to you, Tony. Sean Hunter, good luck, man.
All right, then. Thanks a lot, Wade. And here comes Thomas de Gasperi with his opening pass of 13 meters. No one's gotten frisky enough at this time to go in on anything shorter, or even try the opt-up given wind direction. But here we go. This is Thomas de Gasperi looking in great shape on 13 meters. So very, very stylish. Yes, indeed. Part and parcel of being an Italian, I suppose, being stylish out there on the slalom course, and he certainly has, certainly trains hard enough to do it, and actually trains rather smart as well, because it is water ski practicing spot in Trento in the northern part of Italy. He actually has, and I'll 2 slalom courses back to back, and I'll give you more details about that in a moment. All right, getting ready to slalom is Stephen Neveu there on that radar slalom ski on the dock side. And as I was explaining a little bit with Thomas de Gasperi, his actual place in Italy has 2 slalom courses on a large expanse of water back to back. So basically, you can take two runs, one up and one back, and effectively run 4 passes of slalom if you want to. And I'm sure he's done that a time or two, as evidenced by how smooth he was able to make that pass. That is Thomas de Gasperi from Italia. Take a look at the instant replay and see how smooth he made this pass look. One-handed gate shot, which we saw in vogue quite a bit a few years back, but a lot of people have actually retreated from that kind of technique for the gates and have reverted back to a two-handed gate shot. But Thomas de Gasperi still trying to use the advantages gained by having a similar turn and angle generation outside the course compared to the turns exhibited in the course. Thomas de Gasperi. Next pass. Alrighty, so Thomas de Gasperi on top of the water. It's 11.25 meters. Boat racing its way to 36 miles an hour or 58K. Round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. And behind that, 2021 MasterCraft Pro Star with the 6-liter engine and the zero-off speed control system, able to give the pull that Thomas de Gasperi expects, time in and time out. Not looking bad at 11.25 meters. Just trying to stay within rhythm, stay on his game. And now looking for 10.75 meters, the next run. So, rope tension standings. Jonathan Travers, oh my word, over 1,000 pounds of force on that tow line for Jonathan Travers. Well, he's definitely in the lead then. Ahead of Jamie Calhoun with 8:51, Benjamin Stadlbauer with 8:36, Cole McCormick with 8:27, and Corey Vaughn, rather surprisingly, with 816. So now, coming in on his next pass, which is going to be 10.75 meters, is going to be Thomas de Gasperi. Rope on this pass is 10.75 meters, or 39.5 off. Look at this, looking in great shape here. Thomas de Gasperi, 39.5 off. That looked easy. Nice skiing there from Thomas. And it all starts with the gate pull-out, making sure that, especially given that he uses the one-handed gate shot, that the pull-out is at the right time, allowing him to have the light as tight as he wants it to be at the right time. So by the time that the ski rotates, The rope is on him at exactly the right moment. And you know, I'm reminded of a time where I was announcing alongside Marcus Brown, and he said that the margin for error when it comes to pulling out for the gate shot and getting ready for passes of this caliber are about the width of a garden hose. So, here we go. Thomas de Gasperi. 10.25 meters. So, 9 of the last 10 skiers before Thomas de Gasperi have cleared 10.75 meters. Here he goes, 10.25 meters. Come on, Thomas. He gets round buoy number 3 and easily to the wakes in time to score the 3 buoy count at 10.25 meters. And that currently puts him in second spot right now, right behind Nate Smith. So a 3 buoy count, it looks like to be for Thomas de Gasperi. I don't see any evidence here that would suggest otherwise. He certainly looked early enough for the boat guides, and it kind of looked like he was skiing for that particular buoy count. Just stood up a little bit, did a check. He got round to buoy number 3, skied out, line tight, to the wakes. 3 buoys is in his back pocket on 10.25 meters. So of the last 11 skiers, including Thomas de Gasperi, 10 of them have run 10.75 meters. And only 1 has run 10.25 meters, and that is Nate Smith, who is our current leader with the 1 buoy count at 9.75 or 43 off. Alrighty, Thomas de Gasperi, 732 pounds, 3.9 to 1 against his body weight of 190 pounds. Thomas de Gasperi actually skis with C2 on the 0 off. And there is your leaderboard. Smith, de Gasperi, Vaughn, McCormick, Hunter, so a 2 buoy count at least will put you in the top 6, but with the kind of skiers that we have, and we're down to 3 more competitors to go to round off round 1, it would look at this stage to be highly unlikely that 2 would get you in. Something about halfway down course might be more desirable in that regard. All right then, now from Canada, Stephen Neveu, coming to us out of the province of Alberta, and skis over at the Lakes of Castingstone, the home of the Predator Bay Water Ski Club. "30 meters from Stephen Neveu, certainly one of our taller and more powerful skiers out there. We'll see if we can get a read on his rope tension, and we'll return to him in just a moment.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Got Thomas de Gasperi here. Our first full 3 at 10.25 or 41 off. What were the conditions like out there?
It's pretty good. At 41, I didn't have the gate that I wanted. Maybe the wind pushed me down and, blow me down a little bit at 1 ball. But, I just wanted to get past 2.5, and it's really nice. The headwind would have been a lot better, but, we'll play tomorrow, and I'm pretty happy with my score.
Yeah, well, we talk about that always sort of 3 the magic number. We already saw Nate do that, so you getting the full 3 sort of maybe have a little bit nicer dinner tonight?
Yeah, definitely more relaxed a little bit, but tomorrow morning will be attack day, and if I make the finals, then I need to get my gait better and get down more at 41.
Yeah, back to you, Tony. Thanks, Thomas.
All right, thanks a lot, Wade. And Wade getting some good reaction by the dockside, and also some beautiful video bombs in the background whenever he's interviewing a few of our skiers on dockside. Stephen Neveu looking in good shape. This is 12 meters. And not really putting too much beef into this run. And there is Stephen Neveu, a 6 buoy count on 12 meters. No worries there for him. And taking a pretty simplistic approach to this 12-meter run, just skiing to the handle and then just using his immense leverage to get from one side of the course to the other. Looking in very, very good shape, as a matter of fact. All right, so looking at the tail end of Stephen Neveu, 12 meters, no worries there for him. All right there, and at McClintock's you can also get 20% off of your purchase by going to skimcclintocks.com, MCPro20 for 20% off of your purchase at skimcclintocks.com. All right then, here comes Stephen Neveu. This here is 11.25 meters, keeping the ski up ahead of him. Not doing too much around the turns to take away from his balance and his poise on 11.25 meters. But just looking in generally good shape from one end of the course to the next. Just a delight to see him ski. On dockside right now, we've got Will Asher about to take to the water. I'm sure he's not paying too much attention to what's going on the water at the moment, but Stephen Neveu looking in good shape, and we'll return with Stephen Neveu on 10.75 meters, 39.5 off right after this.
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention. I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step. I got a
All right then, folks, back on top of the water, just on time. We've got Stephen Neveu, 10.75 meters. We've had 11 of the 11 skiers that we've just had previously. 10 of them have run through 39.5 off. Looking in good shape. Round number 4, good on number 5. Make that 11 of the last 12 competitors through 39.5 off, or 10.75 meters. Good pull out on the entrance gates and just rotating his way through nice and smooth, just trying to make sure that as he makes that ski turn on its inside edge, that he's not doing anything out of the ordinary to affect his balance and his timing and his poise. Checked up a little bit on buoy number 3, as a matter of fact, having said all that, but just wanting to make sure that he got the line tight enough to where he needed it to be, and got all the angle that he wanted to have across the back of the boat and get him through all 6 buoys. All right, There is Will Asher on the starting dock, and he'll be chasing down those scores that are on the top left-hand corner of your screen. There's Smith, there's Nate Smith with 1 at 9.75. Thomas de Gasperi in second with 3 at 10.25. 2.5 at 10.25 from McCormick and Vaughn. That's currently in a two-way tie for third. And yeah, you see the remainder of the other scores. You can vote for your skier of the day by going to waterskibroadcasting.com. Waterskibroadcasting.com to vote for your skier of the day. Could it be Stephen Neveu? We'll see. 10.25. Round number 1. Looking strong off number 2, takes a bit of a delay, gets round buoy number 3, and that puts him in a two-way tie for second place with Thomas de Gasperi. And a little bit of showmanship at the end for good measure. It is a 3-buoy count, we guesstimate at this point. So just looking at buoy number 1, got that line nice and tight, just keeping the flow going, handle up a little bit on his inside. Does he make it round 3? Yes, he does. You betcha. Round number 3 to the wakes on time. It's a 3-buoy count, and that is Stephen Neveu. 2 skiers remain. We got Frederick Winter coming up in a few minutes, but before him, it's going to be Will Asher. As we take one last look at Stephen Neveu. Entrance around buoy number 1, handle up a little bit high, that delayed him down course. That probably determined how far he was going to make it on this particular run, and 3 buoys, got the ski plenty enough outside, a lot of space there, and there we go. To the wakes, 3 buoys, Stephen Neveu, 10.25. All right, so looking at the starting dock, we're also taking a look at the stats for Stephen Neveu. 794 pounds, 3.9 to 1 against his body weight of 203, and Stephen Neveu runs with a B1, which is rather unusual. Here is our rope tension leaderboard. Jonathan Travers, 1,008 pounds with the second buoy at 10.75. Jamie Calhoun with 851. Benjamin Stadlbauer 836. Carl McCormick 827. And Corey Vaughn with 816. Those are your top 5 there. And you see the remainder of the scores as well for the rope tension. $500 bounty on offer for whoever can produce the strongest pull. So, next skier, and not only chasing down the top score, but also the course record of 1 at 9.75 meters. This is Will Asher. Let's have a look and see what he's got for us. Opening run, 13 meters. Not looking bad at all. Opening pass of 13 meters, and having spoken to Will Asher a little bit earlier on this week, he seemed to be rather pessimistic about his chances of actually placing high enough in this particular tournament, and actually laments the fact that he didn't have enough time or to get back in training for the season, because obviously with the COVID-19 and the pandemic, he would ordinarily be in a fairly decent focus mode so far as preseason training. So there is Will Asher getting ready for 12 meters next.
Hey Tony, on the dock here with Stephen Neveu. Stephen, you got that magic 3 ball that we've been talking about, but I could hear you chatting with Fred Winter here. Maybe you got a little bit more in the tank, huh?
Yeah, I kind of surprised myself there, actually. I was came on a kind of shaky 39 and then came into one ball there at 41 and kind of felt pretty good, and then came across to 3 and started jumping ahead, thinking maybe I should just go for the gold here, and got to keep things in perspective, and it's just the first round right now, so we've got a ways to go.
Well, it's nice to have that feeling, huh? When instead of being maxed out, you're like, hey, I actually have some left in the tank here.
Oh, exactly. That was a good feeling just to have in my back pocket now for the rest of the weekend.
All right, good stuff. We'll see Stephen again tomorrow morning. Back to you, Tony.
All right, we've got Will Asher back out there on the slalom course, 12 meters. Shouldn't be of too much of concern for him. Gets around all 6 buoys. That is Will Asher as we look on dockside and see his compatriot, Frederick Winter. He's getting ready to slalom. Purposefully not looking towards the slalom course at this point in the proceedings to see what's happening. We're looking at the instant replay for Will Asher and just seeing how well he carves that course up on 12 meters. Not looking bad at all by all accounts. So that's Will Asher. He's going to have an attempt at 11.25 meters.
You did it, dude. I really appreciate it. You did it. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
behind that Pro Star.
Hopefully you'll keep the stoke up there.
6.0 litre Elmore engine producing 430 horsepower and over 465 foot-pounds of torque. That's Will Asher trying to utilize all of that power and greatness of that Pro Star from MasterCraft, the 2021 edition of. And there you go. That is Will Asher. Round all 6 buoys and getting through that particular run. Little bit of a tail breeze. And it's gusting up and down a little bit, it has to be said. So there we go. That's Will Asher there with that particular run on 11.25 meter line.
We ran out.
Yeah.
First place I found one, my daughter's bath. First stall.
Outrageous. You know, she needs cutting off, Steve. Oh, that's poor behavior.
I tried that.
There she
Don't
is.
forget,
I tried to
get on waterskibroadcasting.com and put yourself in a chance to win yourself a ski. Could be a D3 of your choice, or it could be that Conley DV8 signed by Manon Costard. Here comes Will Asher, rocking his Syndicate Pro from one side of the course to the next. That's 3. Here's number 4. And make this 12 of the last 13 skiers to run through 10.75 meters. So a little on the back foot there on these entrance gates into buoy number 1, trying to bleed off a little bit of speed, but still managing to come through in the clutch with the entrance gate turn into buoy number 1. Good extension into buoy number 3 and just is in automatic mode at this point. Once he gets into a rim, and it's very, very hard to shake him from it. As talented a slalom skier as you're ever going to see, that is Will Asher out there with a 6 buoy count at 10.75 meters. Now, target. Let's see what he could potentially go for. There is 2.5, potentially. 2.5 he could supersede. That's the one by Cole McCormick and Corey Vaughn. There is a two-way tie for second place with 3 between Stephen Neveu and Thomas de Gasperi. And ultimately, there is the top score by Nate Smith, which is 1 at 9.75 meters. Let's see which one he ends up with. Here we go. This is Will Asher, round number 2. Not going to get much beyond that. I don't think he got round buoy number 3. So it looks like he's going to have a little work to do in the next round. So looking at this, and just got a little delayed off number 1 and just got pulled right off his edge. Round buoy number 2, and he was even later to getting on the gas at this point. Tried to make a play on 3. We're going to have a look at the instant replay to actually confirm whether he did actually make it, whether he made it round or whether he got inside. So we're going to do a frame by frame on this one to determine that. Got round the buoy number 2. We know that for certain. Now let's see if he can make it round buoy number 3. Ooh. No, I don't think he did. So it looks like it's going to be 2 there for Will Asher. 2 at 10.25 meters. All right, and good morning. It's almost the afternoon here in Central Florida, Eastern Daylight Time. My name is Tony Lightfoot. This is the MasterCraft Pro for 2020. And we're down to our last of our men's slalom competitors in round 1. He is none other than Frederick Winter. Little Freudian slip come through there almost, but I caught it. So, Frederick Winter. Getting ready for his opening pass, which should be 13 meters. Unless he feels particularly frisky at this point. All right then, folks, here comes Freddie Winter, hailing out of the London borough of Wandsworth. Entrance, buoy number 1. 13 meters. Looking in very, very good shape. Can't see much wrong with that, and he gets through the opening pass and makes it look pretty darn easy. All right, so Freddie Winter, not looking bad at all out there on the slalom course, a Team MasterCraft competitor. So well used to this particular boat. Just a quick note on Will Asher. 864 pounds of pressure, 4.6 to 1 against his 190-pound body weight, and he has the 0 offsetting of Alpha 2. So here we go. Right here, right now, this is Freddie Winter. Entrance, buoy number 1. This is 12 meters. Should have no problems with this. But not wanting to take any chances whatsoever, so not powering down or purposely skiing that any easier than he would typically do for something like 11.25 meters or 10.75. Just trying to stay in one level of intensity up to a certain point, of course. Ski just rotates at his command. That D-free slalom ski, which you could have a chance of winning. Well, not actually Freddie's slalom ski, don't get me wrong, but an example of that D-free slalom ski, whether it be an Ion, whether it be an NRG. Your choice of those two if you win out the audience prize contest by going to waterskibroadcasting.com. All right, Freddie Winter now approaching the course here and now. This is 11.25 meters. You can also vote for your skier of the day at waterskibroadcasting.com. That is waterskibroadcasting.com. Nice. Love the look of that pass on 11.25 meters. Not looking to put a foot wrong here. Good strength and good poise there from one end of the course to the other. Don't forget, folks, we got continuing coverage here of the slalom event, with the women's slalom event taking place a few minutes after the conclusion of the men's slalom event. So stick around for that. Women's slalom will take place right after the conclusion of the men's slalom event. So stay tuned to this coverage by TWBC of the 2020 MasterCraft Pro. So there is Freddie Winter. And the team skier for GiveGo, Freddie Winter. If you want some video coaching, that's where you go to get it. An app available on Apple. Here we go. 10.75. Look at him go, Freddie Winter. Oh, a little delay off number 3, but he recovers well for 4. He's good. Oh, look at that. Almost got pulled completely sideways off 5, but he still makes it round number 6. And now, count that as 13 of the last 14 skiers to make it through 10.75. So now, taking a look at the instant replay of Freddie Winter at 10.75 meters, and just a little bit of a slide there off buoy number 3. Was looking to try and try to remedy that on buoy number 5, but did more or less the same thing, only worse. But he got round number 5, round number 6, and 10.25 meters. By contrast to the previous pass, this is going to be attempted with a tailwind. Or actually, the wind might have actually changed up a little bit. It's more like a cross from what I can see. So, needing 2.5 to put him in the top 6. This is Freddie Winter. Here he comes, 10.25 meters. Round 1. Oh, a huge slide off buoy number 1. He isn't going to recover from that. Whoa. And that is our first candidate for crash of the day. That is Freddie Winter getting round buoy 1 and number 2. Now, whether I'm not too sure whether he had enough control to count that as number 2, as a full two buoy count. That actually ties in with Jamie Calhoun if it turns out to be 1.5 now. I think he started to lose control before the wake, so it looks like 1.5 at 10.25 meters to me. So we'll try and get the confirmed score. Yeah, that's 1.5 by my reckoning. We'll get confirmation of that soon, but we'll also get you the leaderboard if we can possibly put that up in just a moment. And Freddie Winter, 185 pounds. He weighs 902 pounds of pressure put to bear against that boat, 4.9 to 1. And that is the end of round 1. We've got another round of men's slalom skiing to come tomorrow morning, so it's not all cut and dry as yet. There is your leaderboard there when you see Nate Smith in the lead with 1 at 9.75. Thomas de Gasperi in a two-way tie with Stephen Neveu in second place with 3 at 10.25 meters. Then you've got a two-way tie for fourth between Cole McCormick and Corey Vaughn with 2.5 at 10.25, and Sean Hunter in a four-way tie with a few competitors with 2 at 10.25 meters. So it's going to take something in the realm of 2.5 at 10.25 meters to make a real play to get in the top 6. Here is our open women's starting list. Anne-Marie Rabluski about to take to the water. Then we've got Rhea Yorga, Jessie Duberton, Alex Garcia, Chelsea Mills, Alicia Bagnoli, Elizabeth Montavon, Luisa Jaramillo. And those are our first 8. You can find the complete running order by going to waterskibroadcasting.com. That's waterskibroadcasting.com to find the complete running orders for all of our events, at least in the preliminary round. And then we see the tail end of the open women running order, where we see Whitney McClintock-Rainey, Manon Costard, and Regina Jaquist towards the tail end of the women's running order. So that's all to come right here on the 2020 MasterCraft Pro at Lake Gru.